What's up, everyone? PCJ back. Thanks so much for tuning in. I want to share with you my latest Funko Pop haul, and these are some brand new Funko Pops that were just released, and they're based on characters from one of my favorite movies from the 90s, Men in Black. Now, Men in Black, of course, it has become a franchise because they've had 3 films, and there's a 4th one coming out, which I think is kind of a sequel. I don't think it's a spinoff. It is a sequel, but does not feature the original characters, I believe. It doesn't have, like, Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones's roles. It doesn't have any of their characters in it. They may get referenced in it. But I'm not sure if it's a sequel or a prequel, but either way, so far, I don't think they're in the film. It's going to be a whole new cast, but it'll still be the same Men in Black headquarters and such. Anyways, Men in Black, of course, was a very popular sci-fi action film. In '97, it came out, starring Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. It's about aliens came to Earth in, like, the 50s, and instead of it being like Area 51, where a flying saucer got shot down, or like War of the Worlds, where the aliens came in and just, tried to invade us and attack us, instead, they came here and tried to just live amongst us and just have everyday average lives, except they're aliens, so they have to disguise themselves. They either have robotic human-like frames that they are inside of, or they make themselves look as human as possible by disguising themselves, and they just want to live amongst us because they wanted to get away from whatever planet they're from. It's a really interesting film. I really like it. Just like any movie, sequels, they get a little crazy or not as great. I don't think any of the sequels are as good as the original. I still like the original one the best. But yeah, we get to see the characters portrayed by Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, at least throughout the first 3 films, which was nice. And so yeah, they've finally made Funko Pops based on the original characters, and that's what we're going to look at today. So I've got the entire series. There's only 3 in the entire series. So let's check it out. We've got number 715. This is Agent J, and that's the character that Will Smith plays. And so as you can see here, not only do you get Agent J, you also get Frank, the little pug, the talking pug, because he's also an alien, and he wants to be part of the Men in Black team and such. And later on, he gets to be one of the agents in the second one, right? Yeah, he's partnered up with Agent J. So yeah, there's the first one, and I'll show you in the back here real quick. That you can see there's the entire series, so we're going to take a look at all 3 of them. There's only 3 in the series. We have Agent K, number 716, and Agent K comes with Nebel, and he's one of those little aliens that's in the coffee break room at the very beginning of the first movie, and then later on they help to hide the girl that's played by Rosario Dawson in the second movie. They help hide her out while they're trying to take down the bad guys. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they included the little Nebel alien character, and he's even got a little coffee mug in his hand there. And we're going to take a look at these closer out of the box. But you can see there on the side. Alright. And then last, which I was really happy here, because they could have just had the 2 main characters of the movie as Pops, along with the little 2 side characters along with them. And I was surprised they didn't just make a Frank Pop, just make a bigger size of Frank, or maybe one of the aliens. But I think actually if they had done that, we probably would have been straddled with them being exclusive to particular stores, or online only, or comic convention types, or where it's really hard to get them. So it's a good way of getting more characters and not having to go hunting as hardcore as you have to hunt for some of these, or pay extreme amounts of money for just a simple side character, etc. But this was an interesting character that they made for the 3rd figure. It's the villain of the movie, and that's Edgar, who is the country folk person whose his truck gets hit by a flying saucer, and he basically becomes it's a cockroach that takes the skin of him and hides inside him. But that's the alien that's inside him. And here is Edgar. So, I mean, he's basically a zombie, and you can see, he looks like it. He's got the little alien, I don't know if those are supposed to be like tentacles or the mouth coming out of his mouth. He's got a shotgun in his hand. So, yeah, he's got, it's basically just a skin suit that he's wearing, the alien is wearing. So I'll show you in the back one more time here. Here's the full set All right, so you got Edgar, Agent K with Nebel, Agent J with Frank. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at each one of these out of the box and see how they look. So if you have not seen Men in Black, I highly recommend it, of course, because it is a very fun action film. I think it may have been Will Smith's like third big blockbuster movie. He had, of course, had Bad Boys in like '95, and then '96 he had Independence Day. So yeah, '97 I think Men in Black was like the third big, the big name movie. He probably, I mean, he was already on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I think those were the first three big blockbuster movies that everyone knows him from. So here we see Will Smith character. I keep saying Will Smith, but Agent K. Or, I'm sorry, Agent J. There we go. Agent J. So he is rocking the standard issue sunglasses that all the Men in Black agents have to carry, because in his hand here you see he has the neuralizer, and if you're not familiar with the movie, that's basically a memory wipe. So when they show up on a scene where an alien activity has taken place, any witnesses that don't know about the alien life living on their planet and such, they gather them around, do a little flashy thing, and then they give them some story to cover up what happened here. Like if something exploded, they're like, oh man, so, the gas main busted up. It's like, no, an alien crashed in here, but we don't want to tell you that. Okay, so that is Agent J, and then he does come with Frank the pug, and he's so tiny. Alright, let's see if we can get the focus to work there. Alright, there we go. So he's got a big cigar in his mouth. Kind of reminds me of Triumph, the comic dog, the insult dog. All right, so very nice. And again, I think it's cool that they decided to do this. There's only 3 figures they made for the series, but this way you're getting a couple of figures in a package. And yeah, otherwise I think they would have made a bigger full-size pop of Frank. But again, we would have probably had to have a exclusive one, whether it's at just a particular store, or it could have just been a comic convention one. All right, let's go ahead and check out Agent K and Nebel. See how they look out of the box here. So Agent K is played by legendary actor, in my opinion, Tommy Lee Jones, and he's got one of his favorite weapons in his hand there whenever they're going after the alien bug. And of course, he's still rocking the Men in Black shades. Very nice. Yeah, still looks good. I mean, it's a Men in Black character just by the look of it. And then check out Nebel. I just got a better look of him now. Not only does he have a little cup of coffee in his hand. Let's zoom in better here. So not only does he have a cup of coffee in his hand, but you turn around and he's got the actual coffee pot that he's standing beside. So very cool. Nice little addition there to really really symbolize the scene that the aliens are first introduced in, which is they're in the coffee room break room. While Agent J, before he becomes an agent, he shows up for their audition, really. And K is like, no, I want this guy. I want him to be part of the team. And he takes him into the break room like, hey, come on in here. Let's get a cup of coffee. He's like, what am I looking at here? He doesn't know about the aliens actually living on Earth now at the moment. All right, last but not least, let's check out Edgar. And I'm always impressed with the actor who played Edgar. Vincent D'Onofrio. I mean, you want to talk about somebody who doesn't get as much credit as he should. He's had so many memorable characters, and I think it's just because he really, I don't know if he is a method actor himself. He comes off like one because he changes himself completely when he goes into different characters. I first saw him, of course, in Full Metal Jacket as Pyle, and then I later remember seeing him as Thor, the mechanic, in Adventures in Babysitting, which is crazy. You see him in that movie, he's, ripped and jacked. And then, currently, he is Kingpin on the Daredevil series on Netflix. So, he's really bounced around in different roles. And then to see him in this character as well is just, crazy. So here we have Edgar. He looks all messed up. I think it looks awesome. Okay, like I said, I was really surprised that they decided to go with this as one of the characters. They could have easily, again, had one of the little side characters as another Pop itself. They could have had, what's her name? The girl that works in the morgue. They could have had her character. They could have had Zed, the person that runs the headquarters. at Men in Black, or they could have just picked a random alien of some sort that you see in the movie at one time or another as another character. But I'm glad that they put Edgar in here because he's a great character. He's very funny, entertaining, and I just think it looks awesome. So very happy with the set that they decided to put out for us. Well, there we go, guys and gals. That is the Men in Black Funko Pop series, brand new, just released, so you can still find them in stores right now. Men in Black, of course, hugely popular movie in the 90s, and they've had a couple of sequels, and we got a new one coming out soon as well. Men in Black, it was huge when that movie came out. I remember people talking about it, going to the movies all the time. I was working at the theaters at that time, actually, when I was still in high school at the time, and I remember people, coming in like crazy to go see that movie. And the music video, there was of course, Will Smith back in the day when he would make movies, he would also have a song on the soundtrack, and I think the song was just called Men in Black. But I remember watching that music video all the time. You can see it on YouTube right now. I remember the dance that the alien does in the music video and such. I remember seeing kids in high school at homecomings trying to impersonate the dance and whatnot. So yeah, I think great job. I'm looking forward to more awesome pops from Funko, of course. So this is nice addition to the collection. Well, let me know what you guys thought and think. What are some other pops that you haven't seen them make yet? They've had thousands and thousands of different pops from different shows and series and movies. So what else do you think they haven't done yet? They've announced a lot recently, but what is something you guys are just like, I want this to be a pop finally based on whatever movie or show or this? Let me know. I'd like to hear some new ideas that I haven't thought of either. So, let me know. All right, everybody. Well, thanks as always for watching and joining me for these Funko Pop hauls, and I hope to share more with you in the future. Well, until then, this is your friend and host, PCJ the Pop Culture Junkie, and I'm signing out.